You know, in 1964, when Sharpies came out, Johnny Carson started using Sharpies exclusively to sign autographs. And after that, they became the choice thing celebrities used to sign autographs. Before that, they usually just used ballpoint pens. It's also a good way to tell if you got fake memorabilia. If you have an autograph that was supposed to have been signed before 1964, but it's in a Sharpie, it is not real. Because Sharpies didn't come out until 64. I was just down here going through some boxes from some of my stuff from high school because I'm a pack rat and I keep everything. And I found an old notebook that I used to like write poetry and song lyrics and just like weird rants and stuff in. I found one entry from November 29th, 1999. And I want you to just to know that old Will has always been hip to the government's BS. November 29th, 1999. In my opinion, the Y2K bug, which I'm sure will be read about in history books in the future, was just a scam created by the government. In some way, the government will receive the money from people buying canned foods and such, preparing for the blackout. This, still in my opinion, was planned to help pay our $4 trillion debt we got going on. I believe the computers may have a flaw. Perhaps the calendars weren't set right or whatever on the computers. But I believe the problem was one that was easily fixed. This is just in my opinion. I stress this. Another well thought out trick from the powers that be. And I signed it Willie because that's what they used to call me. I also found my Beetlejuice coloring book. It was $1.09. Q-tips were invented by Leo Gerstenzong, a Polish-American inventor. His wife used to wrap cotton on the end of toothpicks and use them to for baby care and stuff, like taking care of the kids. And he thought that was pretty cool, so he started making Q-tips. He started doing that in the late 20s, and he did it until he passed away in 1968, and now Q-tip is a household name. Last night I had a dream, actually probably earlier this morning, I guess. I haven't driven in years. I have kind of a PTSD thing from a couple of car accidents that I had, but I dream about driving all the time. I'm driving in my dreams constantly, and last night I dreamed I was driving up the holler where I was raised. But the road was all crazy and it looked like maybe it had been raining or something. We got to this one place, this one bad curve in the road that kind of stresses me out sometimes. And in the dream there was a guy who was broke down and he had a bunch of tools and stuff laying out in the middle of the road. And he had like a saw for some reason. He had like a chainsaw. I remember I drove over this chainsaw and broke that guy's chainsaw, but he wasn't even around. He was like in the house that was near where he wrecked or something like that. I don't know what he was doing in there, but I remember I wrecked, or I didn't wreck, but I drove over the chainsaw and I kept driving, and then I saw him in my rear view mirror and he was like yelling. but he couldn't catch me because I guess you know, he was broke down. Whenever I dream about driving, there's always some problem, like it's a blizzard or I run over something or it's raining, something to freak me out, you know. I got a lot of PTSD from those car accidents though. I've not driven a car in, I don't even know how long it's been, since 2019. What is that, 7 years? It's a long time. I think I'll drive again someday. I want to. Hell, I dream about it all the time. I must want to. Deep down inside. Every single person in this world is suffering with some kind of mental illness. And the ones who act like they're not are the sickest. Found a box of stuff from when I was a teenager, and I found some paintings in there, but I didn't do these paintings when I was a teenager. I must have just stuck them in there. It's called Worry, and I painted it in 2021. I must have stuck it in there when we were moving. North Pole, I painted that in 2020. This one's called Ola. Painted it in 2022. This one's called Ancestors. I painted it in 2022 as well. It says, oh, fear is a liar with a smooth and velvet tongue. Fear is a tyrant. He's always telling me to run. Oh, love is a resurrection and love is a trumpet sound. Love is my weapon. I'm going to take my giants down. I think that might be song lyrics. It says, remember them that paved the way. Their road was mud. Also found my Rubik's Cube and my yo-yo ball. You guys ever have a yo-yo ball? Remember these from the 90s? Also found a copy of Time magazine with Eddie Vedder on the cover. October 25th, 1993. I'll be hanging that up in the Dungeon of Doom.